WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Joining us in this segment, I've got Recreation Director for the Taylorville Park Board, Jessica Frank, sitting with us. Jessica, how are you this morning?
Doing great. How are you?
I am doing well. And Jessica, I guess a little bit about the summer, maybe to start things off. I know the summer concert series has kind of come to a close, and I think Movies in the Park as well as maybe come to a close.
Yes.
How did the summer go for you on your end?
I feel like it was great. You know, we had those 5 really big events for people to come out, and it was awesome to have them, sponsored locally, and just tremendous turnouts. The very last concert that we had with the car show was, I've never seen that many people in the park. Multiple people even commented that they had never seen that many people even there. So it was awesome to see that many people be together, friends, family, all the food trucks out there, and even just stuff like that, having all the food trucks. It's awesome to be able to help other parts of the community too, having them out there. So it's just been great seeing the crowds.
Well, and to hear that Manners Park had the most people that maybe some folks had ever seen.
Yes.
That's a big deal. And I know the car cruise moving forward is moving to Manners Park.
Yes, they did. Well, the board approved it. And so I'm assuming that the majority of the car cruisers had approved it also, but they really like the space out there. And I know when the city starts the work there on the square, they won't have anywhere. So they said they wanted to know if that would work, and we would love it. So
why not?
We're
if
excited.
You can bring out more vendors, bring out more people for it.
Yes.
I say, why not?
It's going to be awesome.
So next year, with that work being done, let's say they really like it. Door open then to Manners
I'm
Park,
sure that the door will be open. I know that the board has loved seeing all of this. I've loved seeing all of it, and the community is just nothing but positivity. And, maybe 1 or 2 negative comments about the whole entire thing was just that food trucks ran out of food. And to me, I just think that's an awesome complaint to even have, because they came, more than prepared for what they had. 2 of the 5 said they had never sold that much in one day. So it's awesome to be able to help them out like that too. But that speaks a lot for how much the events have grown in the very short amount of time we've even been doing them.
I was going to say, the
Yes.
first I really heard about it was last year.
Yes.
So,
first one. Yeah.
You think about that, and then year 2, is that successful? What's year 3 look like? So
right, exactly.
It just makes, I would say, your end of it that much more fun for you, kind of get that mental image of,
Yes.
yeah, I remember how many folks were at Manners Park. Let's do that again this year.
Yes.
So I know you're already kind of working on that
Right.
on the back end as well. Jessica, for you, what were some of those things that you brought to the table here that you wanted to talk about, kind of fill us in on park-wise or anything the likes?
Well, we have just our standard events that occur every single month. Tomorrow, which always falls the second Thursday of the month, is senior lunch. So that starts at 12 o'clock, and anybody's welcome to attend. You don't have to bring anything with you. Some people bring a side or a dessert, but the park always supplies the main dish. So anybody is welcome. Again, that's the second Thursday of each month at 12 o'clock. And then the third Friday of every month is always the Kids Are Kids dance. And they have multiple things going on within that group right now. So you could always reach out to them if you wanted to be involved. But I'm constantly seeing their post about different practices and things they're working on for Special Olympics. And looks like they've added a new cornhole team or bags team and just stuff like that all the time going on with them. So that's awesome. And last weekend was the first JFL game that we had out at Don Bragg, and just the cars and the people, it's crazy. It's an all-day event and just hundreds of people out there watching them. So that's pretty neat to see, just huge groups of people like that coming together. I love it. I feel like that's what the park is for, to offer these spaces. And I love to see them being utilized the way that they are being. So it's awesome to see.
Sure would think bringing people to a park is probably a big part of a
for
park.
Sure.
And I know, last year going to one of those JFL games, I was fairly surprised by how many people were really packed in there.
Yes.
And I know that, parking can be a bit of a thing at Don Bragg, but, one of these days we'll get that figured out.
Absolutely.
Too. But
I'm
when
sure.
you have that many folks coming in, that's a healthy amount.
It is. It's a lot.
Regular events wise, thank you for recapping some of those. As we get into kind of the fall months, you've kept the summer so fun and so busy. fall months wise, is there any plans that you can make us aware of?
Well, we do our Falling Leaf Festival. Last year was the first year that we had that, and we had 12 vendors and one demonstration set up for that. And we are just hoping to expand on that even more. I'm working with another group here in town on adding an event to that. And we don't have all of the details ready, or I would go ahead and toss that one out too. But that is going to be on, September 27th. It's the Falling Leaf Festival, and the vendors are all set up underneath the Chautauqua building, so it's shaded, and if it's hot or raining or what have you, it'll all still work out. So I think that's a pretty fun event. It's the week before Chili Fest. So if any vendors are still, looking for something to do, maybe the weekend before that, we would love to have more people come out for it.
Sure. Falling Leaf Festival. As somebody who hasn't been, what's kind of to expect?
It really is just a lot of vendors, and something that I had wanted to do was just continue to add other demonstrations. So the Historical Society comes out, and they had someone there making butter, and they bring persimmons, they sell cookbooks, and teaching people how to bake with that and stuff like that. So that's what I would like to see. I mean, if it was me, we would have people out making their crafts and everything. So that's kind of what we're looking into and trying to add is people that are actually hand making on site, so people could see these things being done.
By the time September 27th rolls around, it's probably going to be really nice still. September has been fantastic the last couple of years here in Central Illinois. So I don't know. I think that'll be a really nice time and placement there, especially the week before Chili Fest, not trying to, fight what might be one of the bigger events.
Right.
So you get that kind of soul space in the calendar there too. Well, Jessica, let's take ourselves our first break. You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust. We're joined by Jessica Franks, Recreation Director for the Taylorville Park Board, and we'll be right back in just one moment.
Your information station, WTIM.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn, beans, and wheat trading higher at this hour. September corn up 4 1/4, 3.75 3/4. December corn up 4, 3.98 1/2. March corn 4.15 3/4, up 3 1/2. September beans 10.23 3/4, up 11. November beans up 11 1/4, 10.44 1/4. January beans up 11 1/2. 10.62 1/4. September wheat up 3 1/2, 5.08 3/4. December wheat up 3 1/4, 5.29 1/4. September bean meal up 4.60, 2.86 even. September bean oil up 27 cents, 53.51. Livestock trade August feeders 347.40, up 2.02. August live cattle up $1.95, 237.77. August lean hogs down 7 cents, 109.47. Energy market September crude oil 62.90. Down 27 cents. This is the RFD Radio.
AgriTalk is the radio talk show for American agriculture. Hi, everybody. I'm your host, Chip Flory. We join you weekday mornings from 10 to 11 on WTIM on AM and FM and on the WTIM streams. We provide farmers and ranchers with timely insights and information aimed at improving their operations. Join me, Chip Flory, weekdays at 10:06 on your ag information station, WTIM.
Work hard, sleep well with Bemco and Just Beds. You work hard, your stress is high. You need the best night's sleep possible. That's just what you'll get at Just Beds. All this month, save on Bemco mattresses. Twin mattresses, $149. Queen mattresses, just $229. Just Beds features Bemco, Arctic Breeze, Max Life, and the all-new Spring Air Copper mattress. As always, free delivery, setup, and removal. Work hard, sleep well. Visit the Yawn Exterminators at Just Beds on Montvale Drive, Springfield.
Just Beds.
Parents, get your kids ready for the new school year with help from the Christian County Health Department. Now at 730 North Pawnee, across from Taylorville Junior High School. They offer back-to-school immunizations for children entering kindergarten, 6th, 11th, or 12th grade at little or no cost. And while you're there, ask about fluoride treatments to help prevent tooth decay in children and youth. Make your kid's appointment now so they're ready for school. It's just another way the Christian County Health Department is working to protect, assure, and improve public health in our community.
At People's Bank and Trust, they help their consumer and business customers spend their time living their life, not explaining it. At People's Bank and Trust, they put people first. Find out how they can help you by clicking their banner ad at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Robinson from Advanced Title. Whether selling your home on your own or through your local realtor, please give us a call at 824-8007 for all your title work needs.
WTIM.
And we're back with the WTIM Morning Show here on your information station, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Joining us in this segment, we've got Jessica Franks, Recreation Director for the Taylorville Park District. And when we come back here, we want to talk a little bit about an informational meeting. Jessica, I think you said on Monday. What is that meeting going to entail?
So that's this coming Monday, the 18th at 6 o'clock in the dining hall at Manors Park. Is an informational meeting that we are required to have with the community for an OSLIDE grant application that we are working on. And so that is going to be focused on renovations at Janes Park. So we have a little bit of a design that we've been working on already. We present that to the public to, get their opinion on it. And people have the opportunity to state, what they think should happen, why they think this shouldn't happen, things like that. And we just take that all into consideration as we're finalizing the application and deciding what's going to be included on that.
Can you give us a sneak peek of what those plans might look like roughly right now?
Absolutely. So we have all heard us talking about tennis. And so tennis out at Janes was always going to be a part of that. So that the 2 old courts are going to be converted into 3 full-size courts. So then that will also have pickleball. And then there's going to be half-court basketball on that. And so all of that will be new, fenced, and the seating, everything like that out there. And then the other large portion is going to be the playground. And that is going to be fully ADA, but not only ADA, but it's also going to be a fenced in area for a lot of these kids with sensory issues, autism, things like that. There are going to be pieces of equipment that are added in for them. But the addition of the fence for the safety to keep the kids inside from running to the street or running off, it's just something that a whole lot of parents have talked about wanting to have something like that here locally. And so it's a big portion of this grant application that we're working on. Then some additional restrooms that are out there closer to the playground, and a new pavilion out there for picnics and things like that. And then just a little area to the side where it used to be horseshoes, converting that to some cornhole, an area for some concrete cornhole boards to be out there. So then you just show up and you and your friends can play cornhole out at Janes Park.
So for me, I've written down the tennis courts, turning those into 3, but they'll also be used as pickleball courts and half-court basketball. The new playground with ADA capability and some sensory items out there as well, the new pavilion, and then the concrete cornhole.
Yes.
How much do we need for that, or do we have a dollar amount at this point?
Well, the thing with the Park District this year is each year they have a list, a distressed community list. It's based on a lot of different numbers and calculations for our area, but our Park District ended up on that list this year. So when you are on that list, as opposed to a previous grant that we had, we are not required to have a match for this. So the grant is for $600,000, and the park will not have to come in with anything to match. For the pool, we had to have 600, and they met us with 600. And for this, we're not required. So it's basically just totally free, whatever we can fit in there, and just trying to do the best we can with getting that park back up to what we know it can be. Is going to be great.
$600,000 at no expense to the park board probably helps.
Yes.
In doing that. Jessica, we've got about a couple seconds here, so I guess we'll wrap things up for today. But thank you as always for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You got it. Jessica Franks, Recreation Director with the Taylorville Park District here on the WTIM Morning Show. Our WTIM Morning Show, it's brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. We'll be back with more tomorrow.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville. 96.1 FM Taylorville. 107.